Welcome, Fit Food with the Fat Dude. That's PH fat, just in case you're wondering, right? Well, it's going to take a couple of minutes just for you all to get here, but welcome to my kitchen, all right? If you've ever been wondering or waiting for an invitation to come and eat with us, guess what? Now's your opportunity, all right? So welcome. Thank you very much for being here. This is super exciting. I hope you're excited as I am to cook with you, to have you sit here right in front of, you're in the chef's kitchen, right? Chef's table, what we used to call it in the olden days when I used to be a chef, the chef's table. You could sit inside the kitchen and watch it all happen and unfold. So I'm very excited. So if you're excited, let me know that you're here. Throw me some love hearts, throw me some thumbs up. We are streaming in a couple of different areas, are we not? All right, I have moderators here. I have a whole team here waiting to cook for you. So we're excited. Hopefully you've had a great Christmas. If you're like me, you've probably eaten all the pies. How many people have eaten all the pies, right? But it's now time, 2019, to get serious, okay? Serious. All right, you are not here to clean up. I promise you, you can just sit back and relax and just watch me tear this kitchen apart, right? Because this is seriously going to happen. Hopefully I've set up ahead of time so we can minimize the fallout. But we're just working out all the fit, all the live and everything. Hopefully you're getting a good signal. Hopefully you can hear me okay. And hopefully you're excited. You've got pen and paper. You're going to write your recipes down. You're going to get excited about what we're going to eat. And this is my philosophy, right? Over the past 20 years, well, it's a love affair, really. Let me take it way back 20 years ago. I'm not going to start you there, but who loves food? I love food. You love food. We all love food, right? There's no denying it. And being a chef and coming from a chef background, we were taught to create, how to put more flavor, more, everything was more butter, more cream, butter, right? We're all the stuff that we shouldn't eat. We were told to put as much of it in as possible because it makes the food just that more amazing, gourmet, right? And so I know exactly how to fatten the food up to make everything yummy, okay? But it's 2019, it's time to get serious. So here we are going to start creating fit food, right? And if you're like me, you're wanting to cook, your love affair with food is going to continue, but you still want to make amazing food that's yummy, clean, and fresh, and healthy for you. So that's what we're going to do today. So thank you so much for being here. Fit Food with the Fat Dude. This is a group. We're going to be coming to you live all the time here to cook you straight from the kitchen, right? Straight from our kitchen to you. So you, like I said, you can follow along, write your recipes out, follow along with some simple tips, quick tips, tricks, and everything else under the sun. And I'm going to make it really easy, right? Super easy. We're not doing souffles and all that sort of crazy stuff. We're going to do super easy food that's yummy, fresh, and you'll want to eat it. Your kids will want to eat it, and you'll be showing off to all your friends and family. You'll be like coming around saying, check me out. You should see how I cook now. So before we get started, I'm just going to pull something out of the oven, right? Because I was thinking about you ahead of time, and we're going to get started. So today, let me just bang this. Perfect timing, perfect degree of doneness. So here's what I want you to do. You can't show them that, right? You can't show them that. This is like ahead of time, right? Okay, so, all right, so today, our first cooking class, this is what it's going to be. Who loves fries, right? Who loves chips? Whenever I see chips, fries, I want to eat them all. I want to order bags of it. I am excited about fries. But that's just not good enough, right? That's just not healthy. That's not a healthy thing. But what if it could be healthy? What if we can make yummy fries? All right, so let's do this. So we're going to do some chicken. We're going to do a grilled chicken recipe with salsa verde, something that you can add to so many different things. We're finishing off with some fries, right? Some zucchini fries, sweet potato fries, some veggie fries, some yummy, but we're going to make it super crunchy, super crispy, and super yumminess, all right? I'm going to say yummy about 150 times. So if anyone edits this later, you can just basically say yummy, yummy, yummy all the time, right? But grilled chicken. So let's get stuck into a few fundamentals, right, for everyone playing at home. A few fundamentals when you're in the kitchen. Number one, you need a good set of knives. That's just a non-negotiable. No one has ever cut themselves on a sharp knife, Okay, it's always the blunt ones that get you because they bend, they flick, they get into you, and then boom, you cut yourself with a blunt knife. So have a good sharp knives. That's fundamentals number one. All right, so that's really, I'll talk to you about more fundamentals as we go, but I want you to understand that being in the kitchen, that love affair, that you're wanting to be part of this kitchen, you want to make sure that you have good quality set of knives, all right, and they're the sharp, okay? So I have mine already set up, ready for you. All right, so we're going to talk about healthy food, right? So think about whole foods, right? So we're talking about a protein, we're talking about fats, we're talking about complex carbohydrates, and we're talking about the premium grains and things like that. That's what really sets up a complete meal. When you're in the kitchen, anytime you go out, you basically have meat and 3 veg, right? You're having this sort of setup because it's complete. We call it metabolically precise. So this is what, when you start thinking about food, the first thing you want to think about is protein. Protein is first. Whether you're a vegan, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you're a pescatarian, whether you're an in-betweenerian, whether you're a meatitarian, whatever you are, wherever you come from, whatever line that you look at in terms of food and nutrition, protein is going to be first. So today, I've chosen the good old chicken. Okay? Chicken. Why not? Ta-da, la-da-da. So chicken breast. So there's so many different things. So I wish there was skin on this because it makes it nice and crispy. But anyway, I digress. All right, so we got beautiful chicken breast, nice and lean. There's so many different things that you can do with chicken breast. Okay, so today you can stuff it, you can crumb it, you can roast it, you can bake it, you can grill it, you can mince it, you can do so many different things. So when we have protein, this is what's going to be our center for all of our food, all right? So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do a grilled chicken breast. And I think to myself, that's really boring, all right? It's so boring. Let's spice it up a little bit. So we're going to put a salsa verde in it. We're going to marinate it in the salsa verde. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grill it, all right? So if you're in Australia or you're in a hot country, South Africa or wherever you are, you're going to be cooking this on the barbie. You're going to be throwing it on the Weber outside or wherever you are. Even if you're in England, I've seen a lot of Webers out there as well, okay? But we're going to cook it inside of here as well. So I've just got my grill plate ready to go, and this is what we're going to focus on. I'm going to mix that up with a salsa verde. So let me jump over to that side. All right, now that you're all here and you're hanging out for more, and let's get cooking. Here's how I prepare it. Now, just make sure before I get moving, because this is live, right? This is live and direct. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, throw some love, throw some thumbs up in the air, just so I know that this is the volume I need to get to you so we can keep this going. All right, brilliant, yes, happy faces. I didn't even ask for happy faces, but hey, whatever. All right, so we're going to talk about fries first of all. We're going to need to do things in certain orders. So everything that takes a long time to cook, all right, a long time to cook, that's what we need to focus on first. We call this mise en place, everything in place, everything ready to go, ready for you to cook things so it feels like it's very seamless. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our fries. How many people love fries? I love fries, you love fries, and I've got my sharp knives here, all right? This is my favorite, of all time weapons of mass consumption right here. All right, so our fries today, we're not going to talk about potato. Let's start thinking of other things that we can make in terms of fries. We've got some zucchinis, and we've got some beautiful sweet potatoes, all healthy. When you start thinking of sweet potatoes and zucchini, you think health. You think, colors. I want you to start thinking about rainbows. I want you to think about all these different things. And, hey, what's a bit of guilt? But I'm going to use some halloumi as well. Why not we throw some crispy halloumi, fried up, bake that up in the oven, and then voila, we're going to have an amazing, amazing fries for our lunch. All right, this is live, so this is what's going to happen. So here's what I want you to do, right? So we've got sweet potato. I would say 1 per person. This is how you sort of work this out. This zucchini here is going to do 2 people, so we're going to feed 4 people. 4 people is what we're going to feed. So before I get into the fries, let me just put that back. I know I have to do 2 things at once. I have to think about talking to you and think about cooking at the same time, but I'll get by. So let's talk about crisping this up. How do we make this yummy? We just deep fry the bad boys? That would be good, but that's just not healthy, right? This is fit food for the fat dude. pH fat, right, just quietly. So here's what I want you to do, right? Breadcrumbs. Let's talk about breadcrumbs. Let's talk about crisping it up. Let's talk about texture. Let's talk about flavor. Let's talk about you know, the mouth feel, all the different things in the way. So here's what, I didn't have breadcrumbs today, so here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these Isogenics whey thins, right? These are cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese, bad boys. I love them. Yum. Let me just get my bits here, all right? So I'm just going to make a breadcrumb mix. So I'm going to put these whey thins in here, all right? You can use panko, Japanese breadcrumbs, bread, stale bread, whatever bread, baguette bread, whatever you want to do. But I just find with these whey thins, they're just going to add another flavor. They're going to add Parmesan cheese. They're going to add cheesy bits. Whoop. I'm back. All right. So I've got 2 bags in there, and I love this little gadget here, this little ninja. All right. So you just whack this on. I've just put whey thins in there, and I'm just going to 30 seconds. Bang this up. These are my breadcrumbs. Oh, just like I bought one. All right, so here's my whey thins, these cheddar cheese, and I'm just going to put them in a bowl. All right, so this is going to form the crust for our fries. I mean, think about it. When you start thinking about it, you go, oh my gosh, this is so yummy. I can already taste it. I'm tasting that cheesy, crispy, roasted goodness around my fries. All right, so I need to make an egg wash as well. That's going to be pretty much easy. That's 1 egg straight in. All right, totally egg that one up. All right, it's always when you least expect it. Okay, and I'm just going to put a dash of milk in here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm making a wash so that we can add so much texture, so much more flavor, and not all the calories, right, in terms of what we're cooking, in terms of fit food. So here I go, la la la. We need some good music. How many people listen to music when they're cooking? Well, I've got my speaker over there. Sammy goes nuts. She's like, turn that thing down. It's like, I'm cooking. I'm in the zone, baby. I'm in the zone. You know what time it is. All right. So, first up, egg wash. Get your breadcrumbs. For us, we are using the whey thins, cheddar cheese. It's going to be beautiful. You think about that flavor. We want mass flavor, minimal calories. That's the name of the game for the fit food. So I'm just going to get my zucchini now, and I'm going to chop it. 2 chops, 1, 2. I wish you could zoom in here and just watch my knife skills because they are on fire. All right, so I've just turned that thing into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've halved it. I've just gotten to chip-sized zucchini. I'm just going to cut that into 4. I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to go 2. And there we go. As you can see, this is going to be 4 pieces. That's how I want you to think. I want you to think if you cut your zucchini into half and then in quarters, what you're going to find is you're going to have 4 bits per person if you're going to work on that sort of thing, right? So now next, zucchinis into the breadcrumbs, and we're just going to toss that around. All right, so as you can see, look. Check this out, right? Look at these bad boys, right? So they're just full of crumb and they've got just a bit of wash on it. So now these zucchinis, these chips are going to be, whoop! You know what time it is, baby. I wish my kids were here to watch me, all right? They'd be so proud of their dad. All right, so I'm just going to, now this would be lovely, okay? It would be so lovely if we could just have a deep fryer on and just bang that in and deep fry these at 180 degrees and it'll all come out crispy and yummy. But what we're going to do is we're going to bake it, right? When you start thinking about fit food, you start thinking about, I can still use all these methods of cookery. I don't have to skimp and worry about, you know, am I missing out on certain things? You just have to start thinking ahead of the game and start thinking to yourself, this is going to be, I can still add flavor and I can still add all the things that I love about food without all the calories, right? So if we deep fry these bad boys, obviously it's going to suck up all the oil. It's got, you know, it's yummy, but it's you know what it's like, right? You know what happens at the end of the day. We're on a cooking class with Brett by the end of it. Okay, so next the sweet potatoes. I've just done the same with the sweet potato. I've just chopped them in quarters. We want them nice and chunky. We want chunky, just like everything else in life. We want everything chunky. And I'm just going to go from the egg wash straight into the breadcrumb mix or my Parmesan wafer thins, my whey thins on, boom. I'm thinking color, I'm thinking crispiness, I'm thinking texture, I'm thinking all things lovely. And I've got one more thing to crumb. Next, my halloumi, all right? I love halloumi. How many people love halloumi? How many people love halloumi? Anyone here love halloumi?
Yes.
Oh, hey! There she is, Sammy G. Right, and again, I've just chopped these bad boys up. Now, it's cheese, right? I get it. So, you know, you're thinking 10 grams per person. You're thinking to yourself, again, let's just egg wash those bad boys. Let's throw them in there. The beautiful thing about the halloumi, we love the cypress or the cypric cheese. The good thing about halloumi is it holds its shape. It holds its shape as we go along. All right, so even if I can bake this bad boy, and I can put in there, and it's going to hold its shape. It's not going to ooze out like a mozzarella. I do have some hot water in here so I can clean my hands to keep going, because hygiene is everything. All right, so in the oven. This one's going in the oven straight away. Can you see that? No. Here, I'll come over to you. All right, let's have a look at this. Right, so I've got my halloumi, I've got sweet potato, and I've got my zucchini. Okay, so these bad boys, these are just being crumbed, and we're going to stick them in the oven. 180 degrees, 30 minutes. 180 degrees, 30 minutes. We want to make sure those zucchinis stay nice and crisp, all right? Otherwise they don't soften up. Here's my, thank you very much, Maestro. 30 minutes, 180 degrees. Okay, that's in. On to the next thing. Let me just clean up. Boom, check this out. See, cleaning as I go. Clean down. Put those there, back there. Put that one back there. That hasn't been used. I don't know why we've got that there. Thanks very much, Paris. I'd just like to have a special shout out to Paris, who's on holidays at the moment from Australia. She's absolutely loving her time here with us. She loves being home with her mum and dad. She loves being here, all right? And she gets to be part of this amazing thing that we're doing. All right, so let's now think about the protein, the chicken, right? The chicken takes such quick time, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, boom, it's done. And we want to make sure that we can put maximum amount of flavor into the dish with minimal amount of calories. So let's talk about these good old fellas, the herbs. Herbs are going to be your best friend. Maximum amount of flavor. You know when you pick a basil and you smell it, so aniseedy, it's just so much flavor. There's so much, it packs so much flavor, and it costs nothing in terms of your calories. It costs nothing to do, but it's just how we use it, how we mix it, how we combine it, how we do different things. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do salsa verde, a green salsa, a green sauce. That's all this is, salsa verde. So everything green. Everything's going to be green in this. Now, I could sit here all day and chop things, but hey, ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Salsa verde, beautiful. All right, so get your pens and paper out because I'm going to give you the recipe for it. All right, so salsa verde, it's just going to be combining all these beautiful ingredients to put maximum amount of flavor in this dish. So I've got some capers, these beautiful little berries, right? They're a caper berry. They just come in a little jar, all right? But I want you to think piquant. I want you to think tang. I want you to think like right at the back of the teeth. You know that, you know, like you've just bitten into a lemon, right? Like I want you to salivate over that. So we've got 2 tablespoons of capers. Next, these bad boys, gherkins, all right? Throw 2 of those bad boys in there. And then last but not least, for my base or my foundation, the thing that's going to give me some texture, things that are going to give me some, some rub onto that on that chicken, is going to be Sammy's favorite, and that is the anchovy. Those hairy, little, salty bits of fish. I don't like anchovies, but I absolutely love the saltiness. I absolutely love the flavor that it brings. So that all goes into my little ninja, right? It all goes smack bang into that. That is the foundation. Oh, last but not least, before we go, let's throw in 1 tablespoon of mustard. I'm just using seeded mustard, but again, Dijon, you can use anything like that. Probably stay away from the hot English, but anything mild, any sort of mild mustards are going to form a great base. And this is essentially like a dressing, right? Like when you start thinking of dressing, you think oil, you're thinking mustard, you're thinking vinegars, you're thinking those sort of different things. So now let's just bang in our basil, right? Stalks and all. Don't worry too much about, going nuts and fine chopping this. For anyone playing at home, yes, I am left-handed. All right, that's why I am so creative and so good. All right, so we've got basil in there. What else have we got? We've got beautiful mint. Oh, it's like a toothpaste, right? So I'm going to do it a rough chop. We're not worrying too much about anything. We can put the stalks in. These are what we call fine herbs, so we can use a lot of the whole plant, right? So if you think rosemary, you sort of go, well, I don't want to like anything too barky into that. But things like parsley, things like basil, coriander, you can use the whole plant. So here we go. Last but not least, flat leaf parsley. Flat leaf parsley, I'm just going to curl that bad boy up. I'm going to do a rough chop, right? No fingers. Maybe I should make sure you know that if you're holding things, right, this is just cooking 101. Curl your fingers up, right? And then let this knuckle here be your guide for your knife, right? So when you're holding anything, curl it up, put your knife against your finger, and then chop all the way. Keep your thumb tucked away, unless you want it gone. If you keep your thumb out, I see a lot of people like cut like this. I'm like, oh, I'm about to lose myself right in the moment. So we're going to put it all shoved into my Ninja. Now, olive oil in. Good couple of glugs. Remember, you're making a dressing. You're not eating all this. Don't panic. People starting to try and measure their, how much oil is he putting in? Just glug it in. Let's zip it. Oh, you should smell it here. We should have smell. They've never brought out smell-o-vision. Right, I'm still waiting for it, but you should smell the aromas, the herbs and everything combining with that, with those capers and the anchovies, the saltiness, the sweetness. It's an absolute symphony of flavor. All right, let's just taste this, all right? Always tasting your food as you go. Oh, Sammy G, you wish you were here. I'm going to throw a bit more in because this is going to help us cook as well. All right, so yes, mustard, parsley, that freshness. And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Right, you've got your gherkins, you've got your capers in there. Let me show you. Look, come over here, look. Imagine if you were here now, right? That is actually green, right? Doesn't really do much justice, but it's a beautiful green. All right, so let's just move all this out of the way. Right, I need a quick edit. And I'll just go snap my fingers, but we can't. So I'm just going to do a bit of quick cleanup. So at the moment we've got let's do a recap. We've got sweet potato. We've got our zucchini. We've got our halloumi crusted in Parmesan breadcrumbs. I mean, if you're at home and you don't have the whey thins or anything, you can just use the breadcrumb, panko, breadcrumbs, like I said, stale bread from yesterday, whatever it is. And you can just blitz it up and you can throw some Parmesan cheese in there. You don't have to throw a lot in, right? Remember, we can still enjoy all the finer things in life and not put too much excess in there as well, but just enough just to flavor it. Again, remember, you're not eating the whole thing when you're making these beautiful meals. All right, so I've got that in the oven, 180 degrees for 30 minutes. I'm trying to beat the clock, all right? So next we have our salsa verde. This is going to be beautiful. You can toss that through yogurt. You can have that on fish, meats. It's a beautiful rub, right? So I want you to think it's a green sauce. There's so much flavor in it. Next we have our chicken breasts. Now chicken breasts come in all shapes and sizes. What I want you to understand is for a female, right, your size, your portion control of your meat is a hand or your palm size. For a male, it's a closed fist. Okay, so look, if these are nice little breasts like this is about 160 grams. This is going to give you about 30 grams of protein, of pure protein, which is going to be amazing. But I want to speed things up. I'm going to turn that thing on. Right, I'm going to speed this up. So we're going to just butterfly this, right? So I put it down. I take my whole hand. I'm going to put it on top. I'm going to get my knife and I'm going to cut in between, and I'm just going to edge that chicken out. So now I've basically opened the breast up. So now we have this whole bit of meat, which is like a steak almost, right? So we have a steak. So I'm just going to just remove my sweet potato. And what I like to do with the meat is I like to put it all in a bowl, all right? This one's nice and flat, so I just put that straight in. If they're a little bit size, we sometimes think that the butcher is looking after us or the chicken is looking after us, and one whole chicken breast is going to be an exact portion, which it's not. So I want you to start thinking about maybe if you have big chicken breasts, you can cut those things in half and still have lots of portions. So I've got 4 chicken breasts, which probably could do about 6 to 8 people, right? So let me get a spoon. How are we doing, guys? Everyone's good? And I'm going to take that salsa verde and I'm just going to put 3 tablespoons in. And it's time to get the God's tongs out. All right? And I'm just going to gently mix this. And I'm going to just make sure that it's beautifully combined and all the chicken is covered in that herby, tangy love fest that's going on inside of this bowl here. So as you can see, let me look. Now we've taken this boring chicken breast, and here, boom, you can see that. Now we've got this beautiful, you've got everything over the top of it. You've got flavor coming out from everywhere. And now it's time to cook. So I've turned on my grill. I'm going to wash my hands. Beautiful hot soapy water. And then we are going to go into cooking the chicken. Now, as you can see, the chicken breast is actually quite thin, which means it's going to take us next to no time to bake, cook, or wherever we're going to do with it. But I want this pan hot. All right, I want it actually like smoking. I'm not going to use any oil because we've got enough oil, we've got enough lubricant, we've got enough in the salsa itself to be able to make sure that nothing's sticking here. Plus we've got non-stick pans anyway, so it's going to be all good. Sammy, any questions?
No, there are no questions. Lisa Enderbury said, thank you. Now I have dinner sorted for friends coming over on Friday night.
Oh!
Lisa did ask how many anchovies.
Look, I put 4 anchovies in, but it's up to you. Just a couple, right?
On your anchovy,
addiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put a whole jar in.
So just remember, if Sammy's making salsa verde and you don't like anchovies, do not come over, all right? Because it's not going to happen, right?
Joel said, interesting fact about the chicken, helpful money-saving tip, re-butterflying them.
Butterfly, right? So
and also I said to anyone, if they're going to cook this after, if they can tag you in it, because I'm sure you'd love to see the recipe going live and see what people are making and see how they're adapting it or adding their own stuff to it.
I love it, right? That's the whole beautiful thing about this.
Steve said, should be 0 anchovies. No, Steve, that is a crime.
Sorry, Steve. You will not be invited back, right? All right, so let's cook. Let's put this chicken breast on. Remember, about 150 grams is going to be ample enough. Like I said, the butcher doesn't worry, they're not sizing up the chicken breast with you in mind. They're going to sell you, like, sometimes I've seen ones like 250, 300 grams for a full chicken breast. It's not, you don't need that much, right? So let's just bang that straight in. Oh, hopefully you can hear it, right? If you don't have smell of it, and you definitely have. And we're just going to...
Tracy says, if you do not like anchovies, should you leave them out?
Yeah, it's up to you.
It's up to you. They're really good for background flavour. It's not like you're tasting horrible fish. It's like a salty background flavour, which, to be honest, you would probably find in a lot of food in the background and you wouldn't even know it was in. But if you really test them, yes, just leave them out.
All right, no one can hear you, Sammy. I wish they could. Right? Okay. Woo! Things are getting hot in here. All right. So, all we've done, we put our chicken breast into the pan, and I'm just going to leave it now for a couple of minutes, right? I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to play around with it. Imagine this on a barbecue, Sunday afternoon. You've got all your mates around. I mean, this is a man dish as well as a nice finesse for female. I mean, it's an all-rounder. It's a great all-rounder. All right, so you can see that. And it's not just the chicken, it's not just boring old stuff. All we've done is added some herbs. We've done, minimal amount to it. I haven't measured much out. And that's what I want you to start to think about with cooking. When you have the right ingredients, like herbs, you don't have to measure too much about it, right? It's all just based upon your palate, what you'll taste it over and over again and think to yourself, could I put some more, does it need a little bit of saltiness in it? Have I put any salt in yet? I can use natural forms of flavouring to make the same thing with my dish. I haven't put any salt in this, but I put anchovies. Like Sammy said, you can use the anchovy for the salt component of your actual meal without having to season anything. I haven't seasoned up my chips because the Parmesan cheese, that's salty enough. You think about it, it's creamy, salty. That's going to be enough. I don't need to over salt anything. All right. Let me just grab, welcome to our, this is actually our kitchen, right? So I'm going to turn these bad boys, oh, if only you could see it. It's like caramelized, all the herbs are cooking, it almost forms like a crust, all right? Like a herby crust over the top of your chicken. And I get bored with chicken breast. Like the last thing I would like to use in any sort of cooking, I think to myself, chicken breast again? Huh? Chicken breast and broccoli? I mean, come on. Like, there's got to be more to life than chicken and broccoli when I think about 2019. And I'm thinking to myself, I want more flavor in my life. I deserve more flavor. Well, that's what the Fit Food with the Fat Dude is all about, right? We're looking at how do we take these, you know, gourmet treats, how do we turn them into healthy food that's going to be good for us and taste great. I mean, that is really the key of what we're looking for when it comes to food. We want to make sure that these things taste great. We want to make sure that they look great. We eat 80% with our eyes, right? So if it's visually appealing, if it looks like it's going to be yummy, it's going to like stand up to it, then we're winning 80% of the time. And then on top of that, this is going to be wholesome. It's going to be full of flavor. You're not going to be missing like your mashed potatoes and all those different things. And we're getting all our veggie components in. We're getting all our flavor, getting all our herbs and our protein in. It's a complete meal. All right, so I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let me just grab my next board and we're going to serve it up. All right, so guess what? The secret of Facebook Living, all right, and the beautiful joy of, here's some I prepared earlier. I've actually prepared some veggies ahead of time because I knew it was going to take me half an hour, and I don't want you sitting around for half an hour, right? This is live TV. So let's plate up, all right? So what I would suggest you do, okay, is this beautiful green salsa. You can never get enough of it, I promise you. You want to dip it into your chips. You want the chicken to be, that chicken is just about ready, I promise you. Like if you look at it, it's a little bit pink, but other than that, that's 1 to 2 minutes, and those chicken breasts are ready, and they are fired up, ready to go. So, you want to be dipping your chips, instead of putting mayo and aioli and all this more stuff, let's just go ahead. Let's put 2 tablespoons in, and let's just work our spoon out like this. Oh. And let's just turn it into a gourmet treat, right? So we just get the back of the spoon, and I'm just gently working this out, right, like that. I mean, you paid money for that in a restaurant, right? All right, Maestro, can you pass me over some fries, please? All right, so this beautiful thing, these are ready to go. They're ready. They can just sit there now. That residual heat. Ouch, ouch. Oh, these just came out of the oven. Ouch, 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 ouch. It didn't really, but I'm serious. But these are like crispy. They're like crispy, yummy fries. You're not going to miss yourself. And this beautiful halloumi that's like squeaky cheese. How many people like squeaky cheese? I love it. We're just going to stack it up. We're just going to put a couple of little things there. Boom. So we've got green now. We've got sweet potato. We've got our zucchini. We've got our halloumi. We've got all this beautiful stuff in here. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Chicken?
I was pinching one of them.
I can't believe you took it off that's my plate. Alright, we'll have to talk about this in the car. Okay. So, lovely. You don't have to let chicken rest, right? Chicken is chicken. I'm just going to slice it, alright? I'm going to fan it out a little bit. I'm going to cut it on its side, okay? And I'm going to just put it like this. And I'm just going to serve it up. Alright, just fan it out, just do what you want with it, okay? And then maybe just a little bit of that. And then voila, I don't even have to get my herbs. Alright, I could just get my herbs and just put a few herbs around it. I mean, and this is, voila, guys, right? This is grilled chicken. I'm going to bring it up here. Have we got any more? Look. Grilled chicken, salsa verde, and fries, okay? Fries, I mean, things that actually are crispy, crunchy, Parmesan crispy, and guess what? Everyone will eat this. All right, so any more questions? Any more questions before we stop and break and actually eat some food? Any more questions from the audience? Any more questions for you?
So I'm just having a look through. They're all just saying they can't wait to do this. Andy said, thought you had swear laws when cooking works.
You can't swear when there are other people around.
Laura said residual heat. She loves that word.
Residual. Everything residual. We love everything residual.
Do you deliver? Lisa
I don't do liver.
Thank you so much. Helen DeCan said, yum. She's in Noosa on holiday and dying to eat it now. Yeah, so everyone is wanting their food now. You're going to have to start a delivery service.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but you can do this at home. All right. So what we'll do is we're gonna plate it up. We're gonna do some great. Make sure that you have the recipes for it. We'll put the recipe up for you so you can check it out. All right. So you can make it yourself. But this is so easy to do. Like this, there's not much to this. Okay. This is a very simple dish, but it adds so much flavor, and that's what ultimately we want. 2019. If you're wanting to, to add this to your already existing nutritional plan, this could be like your food of the day, all right? If you're wanting to just have this as part of like an overall 3-5 meal a day thing, then you're going to be able to do this and not feel like you're missing out on anything, right? Beautiful grilled chicken, herbs, the salsa verdes are amazing. It's striking for the eye. And best of all, those Parmesan crusted chips. I mean, oh, I just want to eat them, right? So we're gonna come back to you again. If you have any ideas, if you have anything that you want us to cook for you, any ingredient, if you give us just a single ingredient, anything at all, and you send it to us and let us create some magical things for you. If I see someone said something to do with pumpkin, for example. Like we can make some amazing pumpkin, pumpkin soups. We could put roasted pumpkin. We could stuff pumpkin. We could do so many things with it. This is about you. This is going to be a journey together, okay? Because I can cook and I can throw things around, but it's going to be for you. What are you wanting to cook this year? What are you excited about? And we're going to do some amazing things with you, all right? So cannot wait for the next one. Thank you very much for being here with us, and we're just looking forward to 2019 being the best year yet. We're going to all eat together, and we're going to make sure that you can enjoy food and get fit at the same time. Thank you so much.